So Razer recently launched a new wireless mouse that has both Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz connectivity options, which is suitable for both work and play. With its price tag costing only $60, the price of the Razer Basilisk X HYPERSPEED is only $10 more than their previous dual-option wireless mouse, the RAZER ATHERIS. Both models are good budget options if you're currently looking for a wireless mouse that performs for both work and play. Which is why in today's video, I'll be doing a comparison between the two models, highlighting the differences to help you decide which one is right for you. I'll be focusing on the physical and technical attributes and then comparing their usage under work and play scenarios. So subscribe to stay updated when I upload new videos, and let's click into the details. The physical attributes of both mice are quite similar. There are 6 programmable buttons via the Synapse apps and are made from slightly textured plastic with rubber paddings on the side for grip. Though the Basilisk X has a slightly more coarse surface, which in my opinion feels nicer and is less slippery when your hands are very dry or sweaty. And it also has an extended thumb rest which prevents your thumb from dragging on the table, which is a really neat feature but more of a personal preference. Underneath, both have a switch to select the wireless connection type and are equipped with the standard feed. Though I think Razer could have included the newer PTFE feed used on the Viper Ultimate and Basilisk Ultimate to give the Basilisk X a more updated feature, because those new feeds are really awesome. Both models feature a 2.4 GHz USB receiver that is stored inside the mouse under a removable cover, and the build quality of both models feels quite sturdy and do not make much noise when I shake them. As for the form factor, both are designed for right-handed users, but the Atheris, having an ambidextrous form, can also be used by left-handed users. The Basilisk X HYPERSPEED form is suitable for both palm and claw grip. As for the Atheris, if you have large hands like me, you can only use fingertip grip. In terms of portability, the Atheris is about 53.4% smaller, measuring at 99.7mm lengthwise, 62.8mm wide, and 34.1mm at the highest point. The Basilisk X HYPERSPEED measures at 130mm lengthwise, 60mm wide, and 42mm at the highest point. As for the weight, the Atheris is slightly heavier, actually quite heavy for its size, at 122 grams due to using 2 AA batteries instead of 1 AA battery in the Basilisk X, which weighs at 108 grams. And because of the smaller form factor of the Atheris, it easily fits into pockets of your pants and laptop sleeves. The Basilisk, on the other hand, is not quite as portable due to its larger volume and the protruding thumb rest. Next, I'll compare the technical attributes of both I'll just use the word model. When it comes to the technical specs of both models, this is where the differences between the two become greater. The first big difference between these two models are the optical sensors. The RAZER ATHERIS sensor maxes out at 7200 dpi with a tracking accuracy of 220 IPS and an acceleration speed of 30 G. On the other hand, the Basilisk X uses a newer 5G sensor, the same sensor as the Mamba Elite and Mamba Wireless, which has a maximum of 16,000 dpi with 450 IPS tracking accuracy and 40 G of acceleration speed. This difference in sensor tracking does have some impact when you play fast-paced games, which I will point out more in the next section. As for the wireless technology, both function exceptionally well without interference when in an environment where many wireless peripherals are in use. But the Basilisk X hosts a newer hyperspeed wireless technology, which according to Razer is 25% faster than any other wireless technology available. So fast, you won't even realize that you're gaming on a wireless mouse due to the high-speed transmission and lowest click latency. As for the Atheris, it is using the same wireless technology as their previous Lancet wireless mouse, but from my experience, I haven't really noticed any difference between the two, such as input lag when playing FPS or action games when using this mouse compared to a wired Lancet mouse. Well, probably because I'm not a professional gamer. As for the battery life, the Razer Basilisk X consumes less energy, lasting up to 450 hours in Bluetooth mode and 285 hours in 2.4 GHz mode while powered by 1 AA battery. The Atheris will last up to 350 hours on Bluetooth and around 240 hours in 2.4 GHz mode, though your mileage might be lower if you play games with the mouse more often. Both models use mechanical switches, but RAZER Basilisk X uses their newer switches which are rated up to 50 million clicks and have slightly less click resistance, probably due to a longer button compared to the Atheris. Here's how each model sounds like. In addition to that, the RAZER Basilisk X HYPERSPEED has onboard DPI storage, so you can easily set the DPI stages once and use it on any PC without installing RAZER Synapse. And after using both models for work and gaming, both mouse work flawless for everyday office work, and I have never experienced any wireless interference in my office with 100 employees. And with the added benefit of having two wireless modes, I can use Bluetooth connection when I need to save my USB ports for printers and external drives, and then switch to the 2.4 GHz when I want to throw in some gaming during lunch breaks or at night when I'm on business trips. But as a personal preference, I prefer the Atheris more in the office scenario because I could easily just put the mouse in my pocket when I need to go to another room for meetings. When it comes to gaming, both also perform reasonably well in a wide variety of games, though the Basilisk X HYPERSPEED stands out when it comes to fast-paced games such as first-person shooters and action games. In fast-paced games, the mouse acceleration and tracking accuracy is better due to the newer sensor. I've tested both models on the same DPI settings in Modern Warfare and noticed that the movement of the view on the screen is much more accurate, reflecting my hand's movement when using the Basilisk X HYPERSPEED. As for the Bluetooth mode, the connection are very stable when gaming in a crowded wireless environment, but it is more suitable for turn-based or strategy games where the mouse movement is not that critical towards gameplay. And I would also like to add one thing I noticed when I have multiple Bluetooth devices connected to my Razer Blade laptop is that sometimes the Bluetooth bandwidth gets used up and the audio quality on my Bluetooth headsets will drop while the cursor response becomes laggy in Windows when using the Razer Atheris. So to conclude today's video, both models are actually good budget options if you are looking for a wireless gaming and everyday mouse. With the Basilisk X HYPERSPEED delivering more performance for just $10 to $15 more, it is therefore the mouse that delivers more value between the two and the recommended budget model for competitive gamers. Though, the RAZER Atheris does have a slight advantage in price and portability, as you can now sometimes find the black color on sale for as low as $37, and if you need a mouse that can easily fit into your pockets. And if you're a lefty but prefer the technical specifications of the Basilisk X, you can consider the Mamba Wireless, which has an ambidextrous form factor and priced at $100. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hit thumbs if you find today's video helpful, and I'll see you again in the next video.